Former President Trump proposed a system of reciprocal tariffs, where the U.S. would impose tariffs on imported goods at a rate similar to the tariffs other countries place on U.S. goods. He argued this was necessary because other countries often have higher tariffs on U.S. imports than vice versa, leading to unfair treatment of the U.S. In 2023, the U.S. had an average external tariff of 3.3%. This was lower than some countries like China at 7.5%, India at 17%, and South Korea at 13.4%, but higher than others. It's important to note that existing trade agreements mean U.S. exports to some countries with higher average tariffs, such as Canada, Mexico, and South Korea, face no tariffs. The World Trade Organization, or WTO, allows countries to impose tariffs, but the most favored nation principle generally requires countries to apply the same tariff rate to all WTO members for a given product. Trump's reciprocal tariff proposal, if implemented as initially described, would likely violate this principle. Imposing different tariffs based on the originating country would breach WTO rules unless the U.S. could demonstrate the targeted country was already violating WTO rules and the reciprocal tariffs were a justified retaliation. Matching tariffs item by item with every country would be incredibly complex due to the sheer number of traded goods and the varying tariff regimes of the 166 WTO members. Trump's plan also mentioned addressing non-tariff barriers, including regulations, subsidies, currency values, and VAT. Economists generally agree that regulations and subsidies can be trade barriers, but VAT is not considered one because it applies to all goods sold domestically. The WTO also does not list VAT as a trade barrier. A truly reciprocal system might require the U.S. to lower some of its tariffs, particularly on certain agricultural products like milk, where U.S. tariffs are higher than those of some trading partners like New Zealand. This could face political opposition. Similarly, reciprocal tariffs on trucks with the EU might necessitate lowering U.S. tariffs, potentially impacting the U.S. automotive industry. Trump stated that tariffs on steel and aluminum would be over and above the reciprocal tariffs, suggesting true reciprocity wasn't his only goal. It's important to note that these events occurred during the Trump administration, and the current trade policies may differ. This information is provided for historical context relevant to the linked BBC article.